Captain by a hook with a red beard. Captain by a hook with a red beard.
Yes, sir. Oh, baby. Got a good one for you today. We are, I want to just say 24 hours away, even though it's a little more, a little less, depending on how you look at it. Um, Sweet 16, baby, kicks off tomorrow, or tips off, should I say. The Sweet 16 tips off tomorrow. I will definitely spend some time talking on that. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. Six for the non-Espanol speakers. Six bets in the Sweet 16. I have already placed. Like them. Like them a lot. Got a good mix here of some favorites on the spread and some downs on the money line. However, the real thing we are 24 hours away from. Sweet 16 is mañana. Yes. But we got MLB baseball season opening day. First pitch, baby. Coming at you. That's tomorrow. So what I'm gonna do today is we're gonna talk some damn baseball for the first time. Get caught up on a bunch of off-season moves, bunch of stuff, bunch of fluff. But today I will be bringing you. Don't really have a World Series pick. I will talk about it. I mean, the hardest thing in baseball to do is to pick the winner before the season. You can get lucky and the one of the three favorites, Braves, Dodgers, the Brooklyn Bums, and or the Astros win it. But it's usually a team that comes out of nowhere, hard to call. Not a big World Series call it before the season, but I will give out a pick just to say that is my World Series pick. I will talk each division, all six of them, give you a winner there. We'll also talk a little awards. We'll go through the MVP, the Cy Young, the Rookie of the Year, Comeback Player of the Year, Reliever of the Year. Don't give a damn about the Manager of the Year. And then tomorrow, um, I'll do a little more deep diving. We'll come back and go over win totals for every team. Odds to make the playoffs. I might go over that today. Pretty quick. The few I got that's plus money. That's crazy. Minus 240. You can get the Diamondbacks to record 2+ hits every game. Talk about sweating something out, huh? Anyway, again, tomorrow I'll go over home run props, strikeout props, spend a little time on that, even stolen base props. Today we'll kind of stick to the regular, degular. And again, we will be talking some Sweet 16 later on in the show. I will open up baseball heavy. I do have 4 bets already placed for tomorrow on the diamond, but probably wait till tomorrow to give those opening day bets out. Um, I like it, man. I love it. Love it. It's rare we get an opening day and a Sweet 16 in the same day at the same time. Hey, for sports guys like me, bring it on, baby. Bring it on. Anyway, this is Captain by a hook with the red beard, presented by Stare Down Sports. I am Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dobbs, going live on a beautiful, fantastic Wednesday. It is the 27th of March and the 87th day of the year. Man, oh man. Man, oh man. Man, oh man. How you love that? I'm gonna start with division winners in baseball. That's how we're gonna kick off the show today. Talk about these divisions right here on Captain by a Hook with the Red Beard, talking some MLB baseball, starting in the AL East. We're talking division winners here. I'm gonna try and run through everything. I'm not gonna rush through anything. Just gonna try not to get caught up on anything for too long, especially when I'm talking to myself. You got the Yankees. That's the favorite. Why? Why? We do this every stinking year. What are we doing? You're telling me a rotation of Cortez, Stroman, Rodon? I mean, the Yankees, man. I don't get it. Haven't seen this team win nothing in over a decade. Haven't been close to winning nothing in over a decade. Anyway, I'm on the Orioles. I know that's the chalky, smoky, cheesy, wheezy, deezy deezy pick. I also like the Blue Jays a lot, believe it or not. Plus 380 on the Blue Jays, plus 200 on the O's. Took the Blue Jays last year and they let me down. So I don't know. Blue Jays, man, I'm waiting for them to put it together. I don't know why they got rid of Chapman. He's over there with the Giants. We'll talk about that a little later. Blue Jays have something special in the core. It's a young core. I've been waiting for this core to grow up. I don't know why it's so hard for this core to do it. Talented, that's all get out. But anyway, that's who I'm on in the AL East. I'm just gonna ride the Orioles young core. I actually think the Orioles are gonna have a slump of a year. I mean, it's tough. And in reality, you think, okay, they go here, they get a little better, they're gonna come back and get even a little better. But that's not always the case, especially not in baseball. You see teams all the time, they get from here to here, and instead of going here, they drop back down. And you're looking like, what the hell happened to the White Sox? Yeah, it's personal. We also saw with the Mariners. They get hot 2 seasons ago. Last year, I think they barely make the playoffs. If they even make the playoffs, I don't remember um, if the Mariners even made it in to the playoffs. But yeah, man, Orioles. I think they're one of those teams that can improve to be definitely take this division. Rays, I think, are going to take a step back. Red Sox, I don't get the hate. Plus, they're 19-1. Everybody else is 5-1 or lower. I wouldn't bet the Red Sox to win this division, but they're one of those teams, man. Every year you think they're going to be trash, they're pretty good. Every year you think they're going to be pretty good, they're usually trash. So, definitely excited about the AL East as every year in baseball. More so just to laugh at the Yankees. Ah. Two of my biggest joys in sports when Duke gets kicked out of the NCAA tournament. Oh, the tears. Also, when Duke loses to North Carolina. I mean, absolute. Ah. And when the Yankee fans get on Twitter. I mean, cry me a river. Yankee fans be hurting, man. Oh, man. One year I almost called the suicidal hotline on the whole damn city. The Twins, talking AL Central, they're the favorite, minus 130. The Guardians of Cleveland, plus 320. Twins at minus money, I don't know. Weak division, the weakest division in baseball last season. Detroit Tigers, plus 380, are the third favorite. The Tigers are supposed to have some gas in the tank coming into this season. However, I've heard that for the last 5 seasons around the Tigers. Royals, I actually think are going to be up there fighting for this division. I don't think they actually get it there. They are plus 950. Now, y'all going to kill me, especially the people that watched the show last year and rode with me last year. White Sox, I got them at plus 380, at plus 3800, 380 to 1. 38 to 1. That's 65 to 1 right now. I'd be lying to you if I didn't double down on the White Sox at 65 to 1 when I already got them at 38 to 1. I'll probably be riding this one into the abyss. Last year I had enough money on the White Sox to win the division to retire. Yikes. But in all honesty, Guardians, I don't like any of these teams, man. I don't like any of the rotations that they have. I don't think any of these teams have gotten better in the batter's box. I really think all 5 of these teams are in the longest, slowest, worst rebuild I've ever seen, with the Royals being in the best position for the future. But Guardians at plus 320 might be my play there just because of the value. I mean, this is going to be a division where at least 4 out of 5 of these teams going into August have a chance to win the division. AL West, the last American League. This one is tricky. We have 3 teams that definitely can win it. I'm gonna start with the third favorites of the Mariners of Seattle. Will they finally level out? They went high, then they went low. Let's see if they can just be a good team. We also saw them last season make a damn run the last 2.5 months of the season, scaring the hell out of the Astros and the Rangers. Rangers, we'll have to see what they are. Are they one of those teams like the Nationals who win a championship out of nowhere? Nobody had the Rangers even in the playoffs. Nobody said this is the team that's going to win it. Um, they're plus 210 in this division. I just don't know. I just do not know. Baseball is one of those sports where you really, literally, in my opinion, and I could be wrong, and this is why I don't know. It's guessing. We're guessing. This is a huge guessing sport. I don't care what the analytics say. The guy hits 310. That don't mean you can bet his ass every day to get a damn hit. Uh, that's the beauty of the sport. It's a sport of failures. So me telling you the Rangers are gonna just be a great team again because they got hitters. Well, we don't know if these guys are gonna come back and hit team. We don't even know if these guys been working all off season. Hell, me to you. I win the championship. I ain't touching the bat for 4 months. That's just me though. You want to win a championship since the age of 5. You work. Get drafted. Work. Make it to the league. Work. Win a championship. I'm taking the summer off or the winter off in this case. But Rangers, I mean, they're professionals. I'm sure they're better than me. Astros are the favorite at minus 115. I think their rotation is the best. We'll have to see what the hell they look like without Dusty Baker at the helm. Just a lot of question marks around both of these Texas franchises. And then, of course, you got the Angels and Athletics. For those who care, Angels 45 to 1. The A's 250 2-1. I think the Angels are going to be better than they should be. And I'll talk about that more tomorrow when I look at win totals and stuff. Because definitely not going to play the Angels to win this division. But I might take this Angels team over and wins. And I might take this Angels team to make the playoffs just on the long shot chance that they get it together. Moving over to the National League, starting off in the NL East. One of the teams with the craziest odds. There's two of them. This is one of them. The Atlanta Braves minus 280 to win this division. Phillies in second place at plus 280. And then you got the New York Metropolitans at plus 1300, 13 to 1. And then you got the Marlins of Miami, who I like a lot. I don't think this is the spot to play the Marlins, but they are another team I'll be looking to play their win total over, and I'll be looking to play them to make the playoffs. Talking about Miami, I love some of the offseason moves that they made. I think they have a great thrown together roster from pitchers and hitters. Um, I think they did a great job. It's Miami. I'm not sure why more players don't want to play in Miami. From what I hear from all the football and basketball guys, it's the best city to go to and party, and we just love us some Miami. I'm not a big Miami guy. Just doesn't seem like my kind of town. But hey, I'm not a beach guy at all. No, thank you. I got lost in the sauce. And then Washington, 120 to 1. Do love what Miami's doing. Again, I'll be looking to play them other ways. Phillies, do they have a chance? They always seem to be a rocky team in the regular season. I don't see that changing. Um, Braves are just one of those teams that's stacked. Their pitchers are stacked. They picked up Chris Sale, who is one of my favorite pitchers of all time. Uh, they always have that question: who's your top five? Who's your rotation that you would want to have all time? Chris Sale is always in it for me. Chris Sale, Pedro Martinez, Randy Johnson, Greg Maddux. You know, the usuals. The goats, man. I definitely think Chris Sale's in that conversation. And now he's with the Braves, who also, oh yeah, Spencer Strider's on their team. We'll talk about that more in the Cy Young Awards here in a second. But I think it's Atlanta or nothing. They always seem to roll throughout the regular season. Minus 280 is kind of hard to lay it. I think this is one of those things, if you really want to get on it, I would look and pray and hope and wait for Atlanta to lose 10 games in a row, which probably ain't going to happen. But I think they'll need to do something like that. They'll need to start the season off 5-20 for you to get this at a good price. Moving over to the Central. A lot of upcoming beautiful stories here. Pirates actually in last place, which surprised me. They were kind of the cute team 18 months ago as far as having the young studs. O'Neal Cruz goes down last season. Everything kind of falls apart. He's back. From what I hear, he's better than ever. I just made that up. I just like saying back and better than ever. But Pirates, they're in last place to win this division numbers wise at 12 to 1. Tight division. You got the Brewers in fourth place at 7 to 1, and then the Reds in third place at 4 to 1. I don't think the Reds have the stuff to make a real run. The Reds are going to be missing a lot of pieces. Just one of those things. Reds are definitely going to be missing a lot of pieces. I don't see them being third to win this division at plus 400. Then you got the Cubbies, baby, at plus 200. Resign and Belly. Uh, got Justin Steele as their ace. Can Justin Steele? It'll be a great story and question. Can he be the dominant Cy Young nominee that he was last year? He's getting the ball on opening day tomorrow. Can't wait to see what Steele does. We'll talk about him a little more come Cy Young talk here in a second. And then you got the Cardinals as the favorite at plus 150. Cardinals had a huge down year after Molino and Wayno leaves. Let's see how they bounce back. I mean, when you got Arenado, Arenado, my favorite player, and Goldie on the corners and in your lineup. Yeah, you should have a chance to win your division. So we'll see. Cubs or Cardinals for me in this division. They're the only two teams with enough experience playing baseball to really make a run. Do like the Brewers a lot. Do not sleep on the Brewers. But 7-1, I don't know. They got rid of Bernsey. Peralta's gonna be manning the A spot. Still got some bats though in Milwaukee. Do not sleep on the Brew Crew. But my money would be on Cubs or Cardinals plus 200 or plus 150. Now this is the most interesting, the most intriguing. Oh, I love them long shots, baby. Long shot Louis here in the flesh. The Dodgers. The Brooklyn Bums. The New York Trolley Dodgers. The Los Angeles Dodgers going through all the crazy stuff about the Shohei Ohtani news. It's crazy to me how it's getting swept under the rug as much as it is. I guess Pete Rose was already done playing. A little easier. You didn't have to make a decision for one of the faces of your league to get suspended indefinitely while he still is in his prime. Think about how much money the league is going to make with Ohtani in a Dodgers jersey this year. I mean, they have been crying for the last 5 seasons while he's been with the Angels that Ohtani is not on one of the big clubs, Yankees or Dodgers. Trust me, crying. It's no coincidence he's with the Dodgers. As much as I believe Shohei chose the Dodgers, I think it was kind of given to him. Hey, Dodgers or Yankees, bro. Let's make some money. So there's definitely, in my mind, zero doubt that Shohei Ohtani is as much, if not more, of a sports gambler than myself. But of course, we'll never know. However, minus 550 for the Dodgers to win the division. I say, get the out of here. This division is growing. I think the Giants at 12-1. I think the Padres at 11-1, and I think the Diamondbacks at 10-1 all can make a case for this division. And if you know anything about the NL West, all three of those teams have a target on the Dodgers and the top of this division. They are sick and tired of being quote unquote little brother to the Dodgers, the Brooklyn Bums. Padres. They lose Soto, but I think that helps them. I think a lot of players were kind of relaxing. We got Machado. We got Tatis. We got Bogarts. We got Soto. I could just show up and relax. Y'all was getting that turkey dog whooped all season with quote unquote the best lineup in baseball. I think the Padres bounce back and have a great and excellent season. The Giants pick up Matt Chapman. The Giants pick up Blake Snell. The Giants already had a good, solid core of a team. I think this Giants team, who is honestly the one team I know for sure is not scared of the damn Dodgers. It's just in their DNA. You put on a Giants uniform, you ready to whoop some Dodgers ass. We saw the Dodgers 3 years ago win this division. I don't see why they couldn't this season. And then of course you got the Diamondbacks. Hot. I know. They might have the best offseason of any team in the league, if you ask me. Picking up one of the best young pitchers. And Rodriguez. Eduardo. Still have Zach Gallen. I'll talk about him here in a minute. Cy Young. Snubbed last season. Still have Merrill Kelly. I don't know what's left in his tank. Picked up Jordan Montgomery. Hey, now. That's 4 aces on any other team. You just got 1 through 4. And oh yeah, remember the kid from last season? Brandon Fought? He's gonna be man in that 5 spot. And don't get it twisted. This team is stacked with pitchers. They still got kids in the minors that are ready to come. And they've all got some experience over the last 1 or 2 years. I think they will all be ready to rock and roll this season. I think the Diamondbacks have 8 to 9 major league pitchers in their disposal. Oh, yeah, don't forget about the offense. You've heard of the kid, Corbin Carroll, sophomore season, set to be a great one. They still have their core. Cattell Marte, first baseman, can't think of his name. Baldy. I want to say Christian Watson. I know. Now you know that ain't right. Darn it, I can't think of his name. Christian Walker. Um, Gabriel Moreno behind the plate. I think he's gonna go down as one of the best catchers ever. He's going into his second real season in the big leagues. Picked up Eugenio Suarez to man the hot corner from the Mariners, which I believe it's crazy how just one player sometimes blows things up. I think the Mariners are going to miss him and miss him bad. And we, of course, we still got L'Oreal's Guerrier Jr. And again, this Diamondback team has talent in the minor leagues. They have about 4 to 5 players, I believe, in the minors that will come up either this season, probably come up this season and get some love. Um, man, Alex Thomas. They picked up Jock Peterson. I mean, they got Damo at shortstop. I mean, this team is stacked. Christian Walker is the first baseman. I knew it was close. Um, I don't know how you don't take a flyer on them 10-1 to win this division. I think they made the best moves in the offseason, and hey, they were just in the World Series, which means nothing. But it does mean they can get there. Torey Lavulo, the manager, he's got an extension. He's been on a year-to-year basis the last 2 or 3 seasons. He finally can let his shoulders down, relax, and get to business. I mean, minus 550 on the Dodgers, the Brooklyn Bums. Bet that if you want. I'm going to take a flyer on the Diamondbacks. And again, Giants, Padres, not too shabby themselves, all sitting around the same price. Let's jump over to the award market real quick. Talk some MVP, some Cy Young, some comeback. I forgot what else. There's like 3 others. Talk awards real quick. Again, tomorrow I will break down win totals and stuff like that. Home runs, strikeout props, a season long for these players. But just to start it off right here in the MVP, talking baseball, baby, right here on Captain by a Hook, the American League. Hey, guess what, guys? Y'all finally have a chance to win the MVP. Shohei Ohtani is in the National League now. Finally, there's 3 players I like here, all with pretty good prices. But first, let's talk the favorites real quick. Juan Soto, get the hell up out of here. At plus 500 is your favorite. Aaron Judge at plus 700 is your second favorite. Of course, the question around Aaron Judge, that is always the question around Aaron Judge, is his health. From what I hear through a little birdie on the grapevine, uh, toe injuries never heal, and this kid has a toe injury that won't heal. Complained about it throughout. Complained about it throughout spring training. Toe injury could have lingering effects. I wish when you typed in what Aaron Judge play opening day, you got an answer. Good news. He played the last few games of spring training. He's ready to go. Aaron Judge from the New York Daily News, Yankees, quote unquote, will let our game speak for itself. I love that quote. Love that quote. The Yankees will let their game speak for itself. You, you, you just don't get quotes like that anymore. The trash ass Yankees will let their trash ass game speak for themselves. Okay, exciting. Anyway, back to this MVP race. Two Yankees at the top of the list. I can't be mad at it, but it is laughable. Although Judge is always in that conversation. So plus 700 on Judge is actually a good number just to get in on. You got Corey Seager 10-1, Julio Rodriguez, J Rod 10-1, and then this is the first guy I put a ticket in on, Jordan Alvarez. If Jordan Alvarez can be steady, play a full season, he's one of those guys that I don't know. He can get a stomach ache and is out for 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden he's back. He breaks an arm. You think he's out for 6 months. He's back the next day. He's a weird one. Jordan Alvarez, one of the under the radar superstars. We all know his name. We all know who he is. But I don't think any one of us has ever heard him speak. Any one of us has ever really truly kept up with the kid. He's 10-1. Now this is kind of funny to me. Kyle Tucker, 15-1 is the next favorite, and then Bobby Witt Jr. 18, Gunnar Henderson 18. Whew, Mike Trout. This is a kid that I've never seen do anything special. Yet I feel like the Major League Baseball wants to make him the good guy. I think Mike Trout at 20-1 is a great pick here just because if he plays the full season, they're gonna try and give him the MVP. It's just how it usually goes. So we're gonna go Jordan at 10-1. We're gonna go Mike Trout at 20-1, and then at 21-1, give me Vladdy. I think he needs to have a big season. Vlad Guerrero Jr. is on the cuffs of, and it's weird to even say this, as good as he is on the cuffs of superstar or bust. He cannot just be an average player in this league. I think he gets it. He needs to set the tone for this Blue Jays team. He needs to be that young guy that turns into the old leader quickly. They go as he goes. 21-1 on Vladdy. I am taking that shot. And then you want a long shot? I'll give you two of them. At 40-1, Jose Altuve. We all know the name. We all know the kid. And then at 50-1, Louis Robert Jr. If the White Sox do have any kind of success, it'll be because Louis Robert Jr. For those who don't know, his name is Louis Robert Jr. I just like to call the kid how we would say it down in the South. You ain't got an S on it, it's Robert and not Roberts. But hey, I don't make the rules for how this kid says his name. Uh, he also goes by Luis. I don't know. It's Louis Robert on paper. He's 50-1. Kind of just a hometown kid for me. Since I can't get my paws. Can't believe we got rid of Tim Anderson. He is going to be a dog down there in Miami. That's kind of it. I mean, you can go a little longer if you want. 100-1 Brian Buxton. 100-1 Adolis Garcia. Uh, that's about it. I wouldn't go too lower than that. And once you start getting the pitchers' names in the MVP race, Just exit out the screen. Please. National League MVP, the favorites, Acuna Jr. How could he not be? Plus 500. And then you got a slew of Brooklyn bums. Betts at plus 650. Freeman at plus 900. Plus 950. The MVP winner himself, Shohei Ohtani, who I don't think will be pitching much this year, which will take away from his MVP votes. I kind of think you could just take Ohtani out of the MVP race if he's not going to be pitching. He usually wins it just because he's pitching and hitting, which is astounding. I'm not saying anything's wrong with it, but that's always the argument. This guy's one of the best hitters, one of the best pitchers. How is he not the MVP? This season, I think without him pitching, he will just be one of the best hitters, and the MVP will go to somebody else. Tatis is right behind him at 10-1. Matt Olson at 12-1. Bryce Harper, who I like a lot, at 12-1. And then it gets kind of wonky. You got Corbin Carroll, Trey Turner, Austin Riley, Manny Machado, Pete Alonso, all with a 2 and something in front of their names. And then in the plus 3000s, I guess you only got Lindor, and then you got Arenado and Goldie at 40-1 and 50-1. This is a tough one because, like I said, you take Ohtani out of it, I think, because he's not pitching. Mookie, I don't think will ever get an MVP. He's just too. He's one of the players that gets, I think, punished for being as good as he is because he makes it look so easy. It never looks like he's putting effort into it. He just goes out there, gets 2 hits, a few diving catches, and it seems like it's nothing to him. I don't think Freeman ever wins the MVP just because, I mean, it's Freddie Freeman, the most disrespected superstar in our league. Acuna Jr. He stays healthy. How could he not be him at plus 500? Um, and I don't know. I think this is one of those numbers that never gets over 500. I think next time you look, it'll be 420. Then it'll be 380. Then you'll be looking up in August, and he'll be minus 170 here. I do like Tatis Jr. I think he has a crazy bounce back season. He's 10-1. Um, I like Bryce Harper at 12-1. He's getting to the age where I think the game slowed down for him. As great as Bryce Harper has been the last decade, I think we're about to see an even more locked in and an even better mentally Bryce Harper. I think he goes into the second stage of his career, and you could say it's already started even ever since he went to the Phillies. But I think he's just now getting into that second stage of his career. We probably won't be seeing him play the outfielder anymore. We've seen him all last season after coming back from that arm injury. He's probably gonna be a first baseman the next 10 years. And to me, that's just a second leg, second start of his career. Love Bryce Harper. Corbin Carroll, rookie of the year last year. He's 20-1. I don't know if he can really step into this MVP conversation with all these big dogs and make a name for himself. I mean, Goldie, Arenado, Machado, Alonso, Lindor, Riley, Harper, Ohtani, Acuna, Betts, Tatis, Freeman, Olson, Carroll, Turner. I think Carroll has one more season before he really can cement himself into this conversation. And I think if you're looking anywhere deeper than Goldie at 50-1, you're just kind of wishing, praying, and hoping. O'Neal Cruz at 65-1, Ella De La Cruz at 65-1, Suzuki at 70-1. I mean, I don't see any of these guys having a better season than the top 12 names I listed. 5 times 3, 15 names I think you can go here with, and it wouldn't be a bad bet. I'm going to sprinkle Arenado and Goldie. Probably gonna have a strong ticket on Harper, Acuna, and Tatis. It's just where I'm at with this award. I think if it's not Acuna, it's got to be Tatis or Harper. I don't think any of the Dodgers are gonna get it this season. Dodgers are about to have a weird year. I mean, you don't open the season with the best player on your team who just signs to your team, who hasn't even played a minute, an inning, an at bat in a Dodgers jersey that really mattered, come out with the hugest scandal ever. And I know the hugest scandal ever, really, Mr. Redbeard? Yeah, it's not treated as, but that's what it would be pre-social media, I think. I mean, if you think Otani's better than Pete Rose, you have an argument. But Pete Rose, when he got kicked out and booted, it was like I said, already done playing. Also won a few rings. Also, I think is a better player. I think he's the greatest player of all time, stat wise. Argue me if you want. I can give a damn. Let's talk some Cy Young awards, baby. American League Cy Young. You got Burnsy. He's the favorite at 8-1. Gosman plus 850. Louis Castillo plus 850. Pablo Lopez plus 850. And then you start getting in the 10-1 range with Scuball, Valdez, Kirby. Never even heard of Cole Reagans. Need to do some homework. Man. Chris Bassett, 85-1. Joking. Joking. I think you can find some value if you're gonna want to take a flyer. I mean, you can get a guy like Verlander, who I think has 1-2 more years in him. Stud at 60-1. Hunter Brown, the kid who they said is a young Verlander, he's also at 60-1. Um, I don't know though, man. Burnsy at plus 800 just feels like the easy pick, but it also feels like I'm giving up. I'll just take the favorite. I don't know, man. It's a lot of these guys who I think can come out of nowhere and win it. A lot of young guys trying to make a name for themselves. I don't really like anybody specifically, but there is a lot of value on this board. Shane Bieber at 25-1. Um, man, as soon as you get down to the third or fourth line in this thing, it's some value. Nathan Eovaldi, who I think could have won the Cy Young last year if he was healthy. He got injured at the wrong time. Missed like the last 2 months of the season. He's 40-1. Definitely think he'll be in that conversation come August. But I don't know. I don't think you can go wrong with anybody. American League Cy Young. I think a lot of these guys will have a great season. Now, the National League Cy Young, I have a little more of an opinion on. We've seen Zach Gallen get robbed 2 seasons in a row. I mean, absolutely stolen. Zach Gallen at 14-1. Love it. Book it. Last year I got him at 3-1, and I was like, ooh, ooh, doom, doom, ooh, ooh. So getting him at 14-1 right now, I mean, absolutely makes my day. Of course, Spencer Strider's the favorite at plus 380. Wheeler from the Phillies, 9-1, second, and then Max Fried is 12-1 third. And then you do have Gallen and Glasnow and Logan Webb, all about 14-1, 15-1 area. I like Gallen at 14-1. I like Gallen a lot at 14-1. Um, my guy last year, Jordan Montgomery, let me down. He's 30-1. There's some good pitchers in this list too, though, man. You could even go down and find some real value on guys like Eduardo Rodriguez, 60-1, who I think definitely is one of the best pitchers in the league. You got some young cats. Nick Lodolo, what would he look like? He's 100-1. Um, it's up for the taking. We saw Blake Snell come out of nowhere last year. I mean, I still don't think he deserved to win that damn award. Played for the damn Padres, one of the worst teams in the league last year, and somehow Blake Snell wins the award. I mean, stats wise, there's no way you can argue when Blake Snell is supposed to be the Cy Young last season. He's 18-1 if you want to get some dirty draws in your face. And Justin Steele, this close to stealing the Cy Young, just ah. This season, though, he's 20-1 right now. I would get in on it. Don't think you'll get a better number off season on it. I think it's going to come down to the same names, man. I think you're going to have the Strider conversation. You're going to have the Gallon conversation. You're going to have the Steele conversation. And then it's going to be one or two of these other guys that's in the conversation. Last year, it was Zach Wheeler just doesn't have a good. This guy doesn't have this. We're going to have the same talks. Logan Webb, stud. Max Fried, stud. I mean, I don't know how these Braves rotation is going to rotate. That's a joke, but Fried was an ace for years. Chris Sale, ace, ace, ace. And now you got Spencer Strider, a young gun who's just, I mean, they're cheap. They got three of the best pitchers back to back to back. But hey, that's how you do it these years. Chris Sale, by the way, he's 35-1. Wouldn't be mad at a flyer on him. And if you really want to throw some money away, Clayton Kershaw, baby, 200-1. Got one more in him. Rookie of the year. I will keep this short as can be. It's really only one or two names you need to know. Talking about the American League first. I like Jackson Holliday. He's the third favorite at plus 470. Wyatt Langford, who has been an absolute study down there in the spring training. He's plus 250. Evan Carter for the Rangers is plus 320. But out of all these names, Jackson Holliday is the one that I think is the most ready. Jackson Holliday is the one that I think has the biggest spotlight on him. And I think it's Jackson Holliday's award to lose. Plus 470. I think this turns into a Corbin Carroll situation last season where you see the plus money early. Next thing you know, he's minus 300 and you missed out. I would jump on Jackson Holliday right now, plus 470 in the American League Rookie of the Year. Moving over to the National League. I'm taking some flyers here, baby. The favorite, 250. Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Jackson Chourio. I don't know any of these names, by the way. Jung Ho Lee. Jackson Merrill. Kyle Harrison. I'm going to go with some homers. Some cats that I watched play a lot last year in college. Some cats who I think are going to get called up pretty early and make a damn impact. Give me Dylan Cruz at 39-1. Give me Paul Skeens at 40-1. Go Tigers. I can care less about the manager of the year. If you want somebody, give me Ron Washington. I think the Angels do something special this season. Finally got the distraction of Ohtani, off of their team. Do comeback player of the year, though. Carlos Rodon is the favorite in the American League at 650. This guy stinks. Mike Trout. The hell is he coming back from? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But I do feel that way about a few of these guys. What happened to Vlad last year? The hell is Vlad Guerrero Jr. coming back from? What is Alek Manoah coming back from? Being ass? I forgot who I have here. I mean, honestly, Mike Trout at plus 900. I think he gets the love from above. Like Jose Abreu, he got hurt? Huh? Huh? Jacob DeGrom at 18-1. I mean, he's not going to come back till mid-season, but if he comes back and plays more than 3 weeks, you never know what you never know. Plus 18-1 wouldn't be bad on DeGrom. I mean, I wouldn't bet on this kid pitching more than a day this season if it was up to me. Carlos Correa, I don't know what the hell he's coming back from. Jeremy Pena, he's coming back from a bad year. I don't know. Some of this stuff makes no sense. But if you got to take somebody, I think Mike Trout has a monster year. I think Mike Trout is going to be forced back at the top of the league. MVP. comeback player. He's going to be in both of those talks. Mike Trout will be my play there at plus 900. Now this one, oh, now this one, oh, excuse me here. Technical difficulties becoming a theme on this show. Anyway, O'Neal Cruz, baby, plus 500. How the hell not? I mean, if this guy just has an average year, how the hell not? Oh, wait. Edwin Diaz plus 600. Both of these guys have an actual story. Oh, look, Walker Bueller plus 850. These are the three guys that can win a Comeback Player of the Year award. Walker Bueller returns to his ace form. He will be in the conversation. Chris Sale even at 850. I don't know. He got hurt 4 seasons ago. I mean, I guess if he comes out, wins 20 games, ERA under 2, wins a Cy Young, you got to be the Comeback Player of the Year. But I mean, Walker Bueller, Edwin Diaz, and O'Neal Cruz will be my bet for this Comeback Player of the Year award. See, like Tim Anderson, Comeback Player of the Year, I feel like it's set up for players like O'Neal Cruz, like Walker Bueller. Something happens, they miss 9 months, and now they're back. Oh, it's a morning show, baby. Let's talk Reliever of the Year award. I want to do this strictly to speak on what I really think Edwin Diaz is going to win, which is the Reliever of the Year award. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with my timestamps. It's Captain by a Hook, baby. The American League Reliever of the Year, Emmanuel Shop Yenier Cano, plus 15 to 1. You want an even longer shot? Now you just want to lose some damn money. I don't see anybody towards the bottom of this list except for Ryan Presley at 60 to 1. Those would be the names that I throw something on. Ryan Presley, 60 to 1. Yenier Cano at 15 to 1. Clay Holmes at 11 to 1. But Emmanuel Clase at 6 to 1 is definitely my favorite. Josh Hader, I believe he's with Houston now. I think Ryan Presley will actually get some more attention than him. I think he helps Ryan Presley out more than the Astros help him out. I mean, Josh Hader hasn't had a good year since he left the Brewers. Emmanuel Clase is putting his name as the best reliever in the sport. So look for him to get that award. And then the National League, plus 500. I mean, Edwin Diaz has got to be your pick. You can go Paul Sewald, 25 to 1, but I don't like it. I don't even love it. Here's one for you, 50 to 1. Aroldis Chapman. No, I'm kidding. Only bet I would make here is Edwin Diaz. If he is the, I mean, it's Edwin Diaz. If he just grabs a good amount of saves, he's going to be the reliever of the year. Also be in the conversation for comeback player of the year. I just talked about a little bit. But man, oh man, the grass, the sun. Love it, man. I can't remember the last time baseball season actually started when Sweet 16 was going on, but I absolutely love it. Tomorrow on the show, talking baseball, I will talk team totals. Teams that I'm going over or under on. Few long shots I like to make the playoffs. Teams like the Angels plus 750. I talked about this earlier. Teams like the Marlins at plus 350. I like those two teams at value. Mets at 210. I wouldn't be mad at it. Then you got some value you can get on teams like the Padres and Giants at plus 130, both of them. You want some even money? Diamondbacks minus 115. Although I would rather go Cardinals at minus 105 or Cubs at plus 110. Diamondbacks, they're in that scare the hell out of your position, where they can be great, they can be average, or they can completely fall off of a cliff. Also, tomorrow I will be talking home run props, strikeout props, might even get into a little bit of stolen base props for a few of these players. But man, baseball is back like it's never left. Before I get out of here, before I get out of here, you thought I was going to have a show in March and not talk some college hoops? Now, you know that ain't right. You must be out your mind. You must be out your mind. We got the Sweet 16 tipping off tomorrow. 4 games going on. I will break these games down more in detail tomorrow. I'll also give out my bets. I got 3 bets on games tomorrow and 3 bets on games Friday. Excuse me. But boy, I absolutely love this Sweet 16. I didn't talk about the tournament at all. Took 2 days off. I had a great tournament. Just to catch up on a few things, I had an absolute great Thursday. 11-1 here on the show. Going to Friday, 4-9. Saturday, pick it up with a 6-2 record, and then Sunday, man, what happened Sunday, huh? I don't want to say. All I remember is Houston and San Diego State Sunday. Look at my bet slip real quick. But all in all, it was an absolutely fabulous March Madness weekend. Um, First one since 2018. I've been alone or not in Vegas, and before that, it's been a while. So pretty much the second time in 15 years I watched March Madness alone. It wasn't the worst, wasn't the best. Look at my bet slip real quick here. Here. Okay, I had San Diego State, which was a winner. Houston won, but did not cover for me. Um, oh yeah, I did have Connecticut minus 14.5. Shout out to them. Missed the over by a hook, I believe, on that Connecticut game. It was pretty damn close. Alabama minus 6.5. It was a good day. Started the day off with Utah State money line. So that's 0-1. Baylor minus 4.5, 0-2. Alabama, they cover for me minus 6.5. Connecticut, so that's 2-2. The over don't hit for me as 2-3. Houston 2-4. I ended up going 3-4, but it wasn't a bad day at all. Uh, that Sunday, man, Friday and Sunday losing records. Thursday and Saturday, some of the best record days I've ever had. So definitely ended up on the plus side. Going into the Sweet 16. Let me break down those matchups real quick. But how about the damn Auburn and Kentucky? The biggest story out of the first weekend of the tournament, if you ask me. I mean, you don't lose to Oakland or yeah. Out of all the upsets I had on the board, those two were not one of them. And also, just hats off and shout out to Clemson. I would definitely talk a lot about Clemson tomorrow. I'm going to take a long shot bet on Clemson. Hey, F it. I bet against you twice and you win. Now it's time for me to bet with you and you lose. That's just how the betting gods work. Arizona. I think Clemson bites them. I think Clemson gets them. I'm gonna take the plus money on the money line, plus 260 for Clemson to get the upset here. Clemson impressed me a lot against New Mexico. Clemson impressed me even more against Baylor. I had Baylor or New Mexico making a deep run in this tournament. Clemson shut that down. You look at Clemson's resume on the season. I'm not going to go into too much detail. I'm sure you've heard about it a lot. Top of their game in March when you need to be. Shout out to them. I think Clemson has a chance here. Plus 7.5, I definitely like, but I'm on the money line here with Clemson plus 260. The other two bets I like, and both of these numbers I thought were going to move, so I bet them early. UConn at minus 10.5 tomorrow night. San Diego State, thank you for coming. See you next season. UConn's winning this game by 24, and you can't tell me any otherwise. You just can't. You can't do it. UConn. Who's beating UConn? Absolutely love it. I'm mad it didn't move because I bet it early as hell, hoping it would move. Now I just got a lot of money sitting on this all week for nothing. But anyway, North Carolina's the other bet I got minus 3.5. I thought this number would move. Alabama. Yes. You're in the Sweet 16. Yes. I'm trying to think of their first round matchup. My TV's in the way of the damn bracket. Have no fear. I got it right here. Alabama. You beat Charleston. And then you beat Grand Canyon. Well, here's the best team in the country, in the bracket at least. North Carolina. All season, North Carolina's been number 1 or 2 or 3 on my top 10, personal top 10. I think they're just head and shoulders above everybody else. I think UConn's head, shoulders, and waist above everybody else. Give me North Carolina here, baby. Minus 3.5 easily. Alabama's defense is not ready for a matchup like this. I don't even think Alabama's offense is ready for a matchup like this. The total at 173.5. I think this game goes way under. We've seen North Carolina step their defense up this season. North Carolina's hold. They had a stretch in the ACC, 3 games in a row holding their opponent to under 60. I think we see something like that. North Carolina. We saw what they did on Saturday, I believe it was. Damn, I wish my TV was pushed back. North Carolina. Michigan State. How can I forget that? Hold on, I gotta cry for a minute. Anyway, joking. North Carolina, the Michigan State kept it close as long as they could, and then North Carolina just put the chokehold on them, told them go to sleep. It won't hurt at all. Don't worry about it. Laid the body down and continued to tap that ass. Whoa! Didn't think it was going there, did you? Anyway, North Carolina minus 3.5, easiest bet I've made all year. When I say easiest bet, I don't mean the most guaranteed. I just mean, yes, I'll take that without a second thought. Um, the last game of the day tomorrow is the one I have the most reserve about, and I will talk about all of these games in detail tomorrow. Really break them down. But those are the 3 bets I have for you Thursday. Clemson plus 260, UConn minus 10.5, and North Carolina minus 3.5. Illinois, Iowa State. Even money pretty much on both of these teams. I mean, it's been going back and forth. I think opening you could have got Illinois at plus money a little bit, but this thing is back to both teams being minus. You got minus 102 on Illinois, a minus 118 on Iowa State. I'm gonna say it like this, and I will break this game down probably the most tomorrow. Um, who's stopping Illinois from putting up 80? Is Iowa State? Is that what you're saying? Who's putting up 80 on Iowa State? You can ask the question both ways, and it works. That's the crazy thing about this. Total set at 145. You look at Illinois games, 145, easy over. You look at Iowa State games, 145, easy under. The real question is, can Iowa State score enough to slow down Illinois? Illinois is going to run. They're going to run 1-on-5, 2-on-5, 1-on-2, 3-on-4. They don't give a damn. They're running straight to the front of the rim and they trying to finish through contact. How do you combat that? You have to score. If they taking the ball out the net and they got to take one step the wrong way, turn around and pass it in, that gives you time to set your defense up. If they could just grab that thing off the board and go, good damn luck. As great as Illinois' offense is, as great as is, I think that has nothing to do with this game. It is going to be, in fact, the opposite. How is Iowa State's offense and how is Illinois' defense? That is going to factor in the game. I mean, if Iowa State just throwing up bricks, I think we got a different ball game here. Iowa State, Illinois, think it could go either way. If I had to put money on it, like which thing do I think would happen the most? I would put money on Iowa State going cold and Illinois running them out the gym. But we've seen this a lot. We've seen teams that are hot, hot, hot. And it's crazy because I'm talking about North Carolina shutting down Alabama. Why can't Iowa State, a better defense, shut down Illinois, who, I don't know. Illinois and Alabama is about the same to me. Illinois is a little more talented. Alabama settles for the jumper a little too much for my liking. Also, Alabama's best player is their point guard. Illinois has two wings and a center. That's their best player. Just a different setup, basketball wise. You can zone in on a point guard. You can blitz him. You can double him from anywhere. You can get the ball out of his hands. But them wing guys, man, it's difficult because they coming off, they moving around, and they'll catch the ball in different spots. It'll be hard to plan for it, especially guys like Terrence Shannon Jr., who would just literally go and, like I said, they don't care. 1-on-5, bring it on. Bring it on. Still got a lot of time to talk about these Friday games. Just a quick run through. Marquette, I think they turkey dog whoop North Carolina State. I think they are built for this and ready for this. I think North Carolina State finally runs into the team that they cannot bully, especially with Shaka Smart walking down that sideline. Huh? 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 Where you going? Can't believe that, man. I just Anyway, Gonzaga, give me that upset plus 190. I'll break it down tomorrow and Friday. Purdue, they don't stand a chance. Duke, Houston, whoo, going to be a damn good one. This is going to be a heavyweight fight. You're going to see about 3 haymakers, 4 knockouts, and whoever gets up last will walk away with the win here. Love this game. 4.5 is definitely too big. I think this should be a pick 'em. And then in the night game, Creighton, Tennessee. Give me the dogs on the money line. Again, I will break down all of these games in more detail, but that's where I'm rocking. The 6 bets I got: Clemson money line, UConn 10.5, North Carolina 3.5. Moving on to Friday, Marquette 6.5, Gonzaga money line, Creighton on the money line. Sweet 16 tomorrow, opening day tomorrow. It's going to be a hell of a good time this weekend, baby. I mean, you get to watch some baseball, you get the Elite Eight, you got the women's. I mean, I got my whole weekend planned out. I'm watching LSU, UCLA, women's on Sunday. Gonna catch a few games for them on Saturday as well. Before this Elite Eight, tomorrow, Thursday, straight Sweet 16, Elite Eight action, Saturday, Sunday, baseball in the background all weekend long. I mean, it's an American dream to, excuse me, to a kid like me. Thought I can get through the show without that burp coming out, but I didn't. Anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the love, and thank you for the support. This is Captain by a Hook with the red beard, presented by Stare Down Sports. I am Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dobbs, going live on a beautiful Wednesday. It is the 27th of March and the 87th day of the year. Please take all of these wagers at your own risk, and please, please gamble responsibly. Dobbs.